Hey Aries, welcome to your 2023 forecast. We're going to pull a card for each of the months for 2023 and see what the year ahead is bringing the Aries collective. Let's get right on into it, my darlings. January 2023 for Aries, please. Please show us January 2023 for Aries. January 2023 for Aries. February 2023. March, please. April, May, June, July, August, September, please, October, November, please, and December. Alrighty, my darlings, let's get right on into it. January 2023. We're going to move you all just a little bit closer. Okay, so January 2023, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have the Knight of Cups. This could be a water sign person, a Pisces, a Cancer, or Scorpio. You may be hearing from a water sign may be reaching out to you with a message. Could be, because it is a Knight of Cups, it could be something romantic, not necessarily, but it can be. Knight of Cups is also the pursuit of beauty, inspiration, the things that make the heart smile. You may be feeling a pull or a draw towards more creative endeavors. Sometimes I see the Knight of Cups come up when we're longing to do more creative things, or just things that are very inspiring to the heart or to the spirit. Now, every reader has certain cards that have a little bit of an extra meaning for them, and I don't talk about it too much on my channel, but Knight of Cups is one of those cards for me, and I don't always get the vibe from it, so I don't talk about that aspect of the card when it comes up unless I get that vibe. And Aries, I'm getting the vibe, so I'm going to tell you. Sometimes I see this card come up when you're coming to a really significant period of grounding. Like maybe you struggled with grounding yourself, and you may, and also in connection with that, you may have had like financial struggles or financial hardships. So sometimes I see the Knight of Cups coming up when somebody is opening up to receive, like you're grounded. You're here, you're opened up to receive, and you're going to be receiving financially, physically, I would even say romantically. You're going to begin to receive earthly things. You're going to begin to receive earthly things, physical things. And so love can be physical, and money definitely is part of the physical domain. But the first kind of energetic shift that happens as you're opening up to receive with this Knight of Cups energy is going to be like all of a sudden the world looks different to you. I've experienced it. People I've worked with in the past have experienced it and have expressed it to me. So what do I mean by the world looks different to you? You may all of a sudden be noticing beauty in very simple everyday things that you hadn't noticed before. And you're like, oh my goodness, I never noticed what a beautiful color blue was, or purple, or I never noticed how beautiful the traffic lights were on the bus drive home, or how beautiful and inspiring are those little flowers that are pushing up and growing out of the cracks in the sidewalk. Like you're seeing inspiration and beauty everywhere. You're having an appreciation for the things that are around you. And sometimes even like your senses feel more activated, like touching, tasting, smelling, just everything feels and seems more vibrant. So some of you Aries may be starting off the year feeling like you're like, wow, I've come back to my body. I've come back down to earth. Maybe you didn't realize that you've been away, but this is like the first step. And one of the first few signs that happens is we're opening up to receive physical blessings. So some of you Aries may be experiencing the energy in this way. The next card coming up here for the Aries collective is the Eight of Swords. And that doesn't surprise me at all, because in January, your heart is opening and you're beginning to dream, you're beginning to desire, you're beginning to open up to receive. And what does negative ego do? Anytime that we're coming into a change or a shift, negative ego hates change, even when the change is good and happy. And it comes up here with the energy of like, it's never going to happen for you. You can't do it. You're not good enough, right? Or, it tells us all of the reasons why we can't do it. And so we feel stuck. We feel trapped. We're waiting for something external to come along and, burst us out of the stagnation. But the problem is that when we're in that aspect of the Eight of Swords, where we're waiting for someone to come in and like help us out of the situation, like attracts like and energy attracts energy. So best case scenario, we're going to attract someone that might be feeling the same way, and they're looking to us to bust them out of that stagnation. And that can be difficult because somebody needs to lead, right? And so that can feel frustrating. You might feel like this person's putting everything on my shoulders. The worst case scenario is that's when we may attract opportunists or people who are coming in to take advantage or be controlling or be demanding or swindle us in some way. So the Eight of Swords says, look, the situation is not as bad as you think. You're not as stuck as you think. She could very easily shimmy her way out of those ropes. They're not even around her that tight. That blindfold is a joke. She could just push that off her face and she would see there's plenty of room for her to walk forward. She's not stuck. She's not trapped. Heck, she could even pull some of those swords out and take them with her for protection, tools. Heck, she can sell them and make money. So the things that we think are problems or holding us back or setbacks can actually be used in our favor. Negative ego doesn't want us to see that. So mind over matter in February, because now here you are full of hope, full of inspiration, believing things are possible, and then the negative ego comes in pouncing. There's one other aspect that some of you Aries are going to have to be very cautious. And I think this is going to be more so for those of you Aries who are already very aware of negative ego and are already on top of it. You might say, Amethyst, let me tell you, 2022, I mastered that. I'm good at that. Then you're going to have to be cautious, this other aspect of the Eight of Swords. Sometimes I see the Eight of Swords come up because somebody kind of wants to like take you and put you in their back pocket. Like they might want to take you and hide you away from the rest of the world and like make you theirs, right? Very kind of possessive energy. And so somebody could be noticing that here you are, all vibrant, all full of optimism and inspiration. And that is beautiful. That is like a massive aphrodisiac, right? And so there's like somebody who maybe is getting like possessive of you, but they may, oh gosh, be very careful, Aries. Be very careful with people who are pursuing you, because there could be someone coming in really sweet talking you. I don't care, male, female, non-binary, I don't care. I'm not talking to one particular gender here. Or like a particular gender coming up to you, everything. Be cautious of anybody who is just really, really being very charismatic, very charming. Like they may just be saying all of the right things. They may be very seductive, because there could be a desire to just kind of lure you away and pull you away from everything and like mine, right? So just be aware of that and be cautious of that. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries collective for March. Ooh, beautiful fiery energy. Being in your beautiful fire energy. We have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands could be a younger fire sign person. If you have children, one who's a fire sign, you may be spending time with that child, or even if they're an adult child, they may be coming to you for direction or advice. but you may be looking at them like you haven't figured this out just yet. Like maybe you feel like they're wanting you to take certain risks or gambles, and you're like, this is not a well thought enough plan yet for me to stick my neck out, or for me to like invest in this. So there could be some back and forth about that, maybe like trying to talk some reason into them. They may be impulsive about something, and they may be wanting your help in that endeavor. Now, children aside, maybe you don't have kids and it's not about kids. The Page of Wands could be some kind of a muse, like somebody who's coming in and really inspiring you, exciting you. And it's all great and fun energy, but it does remind us that we need to, like, somebody in this dynamic has to keep their reason about them. Because with the Page of Wands is going to act now and ask later. Like, we'll worry about the consequences later. Page of Wands is just going to go and do it and be in the moment. And that can be fun and refreshing and inspiring, but sometimes it can go too far. So this could be somebody encouraging you also, like, I believe in you. We're going to manifest this. You're going to do so amazing. And they may be like pushing you to take risks and pushing you to invest in things. And you're all hyped and you're all in the moment. Yeah. But then now you've put way too much in. And what are you going to do? Like you've jumped off the cliff without a good solid plan, or you've invested everything and now you're waiting for the profit to come in, the payback to come back, and you don't know how you're going to pay your bills. You don't know how you're going to make a living. You've put everything into this investment and you're waiting for the investment to come back. So somebody has to be the voice of reason and logic. So take that encouragement, right? Take that free-spirited energy, dream big, take the leaps, but do it in a responsible way. Don't lose your head. Don't get too carried away. Another way Page of Wands comes up, you may be coming into a second adolescence. This is going to be especially true for those of you Aries who are I'm going to say late 20s, maybe youngest late 20s and older. And so second adolescence, in the sense where you may be, we talk a lot about the inner child. You may be connecting with the inner teenager, right? Not the mopey, sad teenager, but the confident one. The one that has all these big ideas and plans and dreams of what they're going to do once they have their freedom. And you might be feeling confidence. You may be feeling really cute and, getting out there and doing things and having fun and making new friends and dating and, just giving yourself a whole new look to match this current vibe. So there could be like this restoration of youthfulness in your spirit, and you may be expressing that in appearance and in the way that you're carrying yourself and in the way that you're putting yourself out there. The next card that's coming up here for the Aries Collective for April is Judgment. And this is a major arcana card. Major arcana cards are going to come up anytime we're at a significant chapter in our life or a crossroads. And the things that we're dealing with are directly connected to things we came here to learn, accomplish, to master. And the Judgment card is very much about sometimes answering a calling and making decisions. Now, Aries, this is going to be for a select few of you. I don't think it's going to be for the majority, but it is an important message, and I need to say this. Some of you have left behind a colorful past, we'll say, okay? A colorful past. And so there's a lot of things that you left behind, like maybe you became a parent and you said, okay, well, now I have kids and I can't be in this lifestyle and I can't be around these people and I don't think it's good for my kids and or whatever. I want to be on the straight and narrow, or I don't want this, this life anymore. So some of you may have left behind a certain way of life. I feel in April, you may have people from this old life reaching out to you, contacting you, and you might find yourself little by little getting tempted to go back to that life. So there could be something happening for you in April where you're having to make a decision or recommit to the decision you've made thus far, where you're going to say, no, I'm not going to be in that lifestyle. They may be giving you something very tempting where you might say, oh gosh, but this is tempting, right? So I feel like you're going to have to do some soul searching and figure out which path you want to be on. Which path you want to be on. I feel here it's a question of path. For other ones of you, you may be feeling called to do something meaningful. And I don't know why, Aries, this makes me so very sad, but I'm feeling a vibe around it like you're thinking you wasted your life. And you're thinking, well, now I want to make amends for it. I think you're being way too hard on yourself because you're not taking into account everything you did up until now. You did as a part of your growth. You did it as a part of your learning. And none of that is wasteful. It's a part of your journey. And you're exactly where you're meant to be in the moment. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Let me light a new candle. Okay, I had to get that candle, a new candle in there. So, what I wanted to say, don't feel bad or sad about what you've done till now or where you are till now. Keep in mind that everything that we go through prepares us and shapes us into who we need to be for the next chapter. So everything till now has been preparation for this. None of it is wasted. All of it is a part of it. And so now perhaps maybe you're feeling like you're ready to do something bigger, but it's because now is the time for that. So don't beat yourself up or say shoulda, woulda, coulda. Just say everything is as exactly as it has occurred as it's been meant to occur, and now is time for the next thing. And just view it in this way. But some of you are making some changes in your life and wanting to do things that you're feeling to be more aligned with what's important to you, and what you feel is meaningful. We're gonna go to the next card here, and let me just make sure. January, February, March, April. Okay, now we're in May. Ooh, see, look, we've got something good here. May is 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is wishes coming true. The things you've been hoping for, dreaming for, are actually happening. And there's kind of two sides to this card here for me, because on one hand, we're really happy. We're really happy. Things are going our way. We're getting what we wanted. We're getting what we wished for. On the other hand, on the other side of it, there are people on the outside looking in, Aries, and they don't understand how hard you've worked to get to where you are. They just think it all happened so effortlessly. Or you're just living this great old happy life and you're forgetting about everybody else, and you've had some good things happen for you and now you've got this great big head. Like, they don't understand how hard you've worked and what it's taken for you to get to this blessing which you have earned. So there could be jealous or envy. There could also be people that are coming in, demanding things from you because they feel like you have it so good. You have it so good that you owe it to everybody else to do something for them because they don't have it as good as you. And it could be anything. It could be wanting money from you. It could be wanting your time, your energy. Maybe they want to just talk to you for hours on the phone about the same thing again and again and again and again. It could just be that they want your attention. And they want you to cheer them up and make them feel better constantly. So it could be any different way, but they may feel like you're happy, you have good things in your life, so I'm not happy, and so you have to take care of me. And you might realize that this is going a little too far, like this is a little too extreme. So for me in my readings, when I see 9 of Cups, it comes in and says, hey, you're going to have some good things happening for you. Your wishes are going to be coming true. And you need to be ready for the other set of, I guess I'll say problems that brings, a whole new different set of problems, which is this dynamic with other people. So the homework that you have right now, Aries, is from this moment, practice a sense of like a healthy sense of entitlement and like a deservingness. I deserve this. I worked for this. This is mine. And I get to be generous whenever I want to whoever I want, however much I want to be generous. I get to set that limit. I'm in control of that. And so doing this is going to help you have good boundaries in place, a good sense of deservingness in place, so that this doesn't rain on your parade. It doesn't take away from your moment. You can still enjoy it. So practice that right now. The next card coming up here, and this is for June, is the Hanged Man. Now, sometimes people don't like to see this card because it makes them think that it's like, oh, nothing is happening, things are at a standstill. And again, they forget that this is a major arcana card. And what did I say about the major arcana? It comes up when this is a significant new chapter in our life, and the things that we're experiencing are directly connected with what we came here to learn and master, and how we came here to grow. And the Hanged Man comes in with the energy of seeing things from a different angle. There's like a cosmic timeout with the Hanged Man. So busy, 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 busy. You come into, this is May, right? May or June. January, February, March, April, May, June. And busy, 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 busy. Good things happening for you in May. Then we get to June and it's like, now what? Maybe it feels like tumbleweeds and crickets. All of a sudden things aren't as busy or as distracting or occupying. It's a cosmic timeout. Not because you've been bad or naughty. It's not a punishment. But your angels and guides are trying to help you to see something you've been missing till now. And just like your wish came true in May, you may be setting other things out there that are coming down the pipeline in terms of things you're manifesting. And in June, your angels and guides are like, look, the law of attraction is what it is, right? We're calling things into existence. But some of the things you're calling into existence, you may be calling into existence because you think it's going to bring you something or give you something or make you feel a certain kind of way. And your angels and guides know it's not. This thing that you're manifesting is not going to give you what you think it's going to give you or make you feel how you think it's going to make you feel. Also, there could be some things that you're manifesting on autopilot because you've just been putting it out there so long, subliminally. And it's like submitting the same wish list for Christmas from when you were 4 years old. Sure, if you received any of those gifts in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, there could be an element of nostalgia. But really, at the end of the day, what are you going to do with it? The things you were wishing for when you were 4. And so this timeout is like, look, things are materializing. Things are about to come down the pipeline. Take a moment of self-reflection and check in with yourself. What have I been putting out to the universe? What have I been desiring? What are the things right now that I keep telling myself I want or I think I want? What do I think that's going to bring me in my life? How do I think that's going to make me feel? And is there another way I can have that feeling this moment right now? Is there something I can do to feel that way in this moment right now before this manifestation comes in? Ask yourself that, take those steps, do the things that might be coming to mind, and then you might realize, I don't want that thing. I don't want that thing at all. I'm good without it. I'd rather put my energy into this other thing. This is what I really want. So it's a good time for some reflection here and checking in with yourself. It's just giving you some time to double check your order before it's delivered. So it's a gift. It's a gift from the universe. Time from the universe. Could also be some awakening here with the Hanged Man. I do feel, Aries, that for some of you, this awakening or seeing things from a different angle I feel like there's something you're wanting to apologize for. You may have like written somebody off or not given them a chance in a situation because of a misunderstanding, and now you're understanding like what they were trying to say or what they were trying to do. So maybe this was something in like partnering up with somebody or working with somebody, doing business with somebody. Maybe it was about like family matters and property or finances that are like inherited, and like what to do with something, and there may have been like a no, like you may have just kind of um shot an idea down, or just just shut somebody down, like no. And then you might be having this epiphany where you're like, oh, that's what they were saying, or that's what they were trying to do. So some of you may be reaching out to someone to say, hey, look, I'm sorry I reacted the way I reacted to what you were telling me, but it just recently occurred to me that this was your thinking, or this was what you were trying to say. And so there could be something about ironing out a misunderstanding. And you may decide, Aries, to accept that person's idea or offer and say, let's talk about this. Let's make this happen now. So there could be something like this for some of you. Now, the next card for July is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is security, stability, abundance, a happy home life, celebrations, parties, reunions, homecoming, weddings. It's a whole lot of things. This could be a card indicating marriage for some of you. Some of you who are single and who are wanting marriage or manifesting marriage, you may be seeing things happen for you in that area of your life in July. You may be invited to an event that you're on the fence about, and this is saying go, it's going to be good for you. But there could be something here in the sense of reunion or homecoming with the Four of Wands. Maybe some of you are going back home, wherever that might be. Maybe it's not that far away from where you currently are, but there could be like a going back to where you grew up. I'm hearing restoration. Maybe you're going back and restoring a family property. Maybe you're going back and contributing or doing something charitable for the town you grew up in. But I don't know why I'm hearing restoration. Maybe it's you being restored, like kind of going back and taking a break and resting, and like being in that nostalgia, maybe restorative. But I feel a sense of like going back home, going back where you grew up, going back to a place where you may have nostalgic memories of. Four of Wands also for me is like stability, security, and laying down roots. So it could be where when you get into July, now you're in the energy of feeling like you're getting established or comfortable where you are. Yeah, so July, getting comfortable or established where you are. It's feeling like home, like this is home, this is where I'm going to be. Some of you may be acquiring land and building a home on that land with this Four of Pentacles. I'm getting that vibe as well. So for August 2023, ooh, we have a doozy. We have the Tower. Now, I know this is a card that scares a lot of people, and I haven't been pulling clarifiers for the cards because some people are like, it's too long, I can't watch the whole, like make it shorter. So I'm not going to pull clarifiers and break it down that deeply. However, I know the Tower freaks a lot of people out, even though I say it can be very happy and very positive things. So let's go ahead and pull clarifiers. I will also say this, Tower could be awakening. It could be a Scorpio that you're dealing with that might be coming in with that strong Scorpio energy, that strong Scorpio dynamic. If you're a Scorpio cross-watching, don't get mad at me. I'm a Scorpio too. I can say whatever I say about Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio sun. But we're going to see here, we're going to pull clarifiers. Clarifier 1. Clarifier 2. And clarifier 3. Alrighty. Oh, if you have Scorpio placements, could be a big shift, a big, big change happening for you in that house or in that area of your life. But let's look at clarifiers. And so the clarifiers are, ooh, could be marriage and commitment, change in religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, King of Wands, taking back your power in a situation as an Aries or being in your Aries element. You could be butting heads with a Scorpio over matters of principles and beliefs. 7 of Pentacles, doing the work, working it out. Now, it's funny that we have 7 of Pentacles because we also had a sense of like some of you acquiring land and building a home on that land. So there could be something here in terms of butting heads around this building or what is being done with land. Those of you that this is like kind of on your to-do list or something that you're working towards, or you have plans of doing something with buying land, cultivating land, restoring a property, you may be butting heads with a Scorpio about what is being done. Or how it's being done, or how it's going. If you're not doing anything with buying land or restoring a home or property, there could be something here where you feel like you're standing up for your beliefs, your ethics, your morals, your ideas. If you are married, some of you may be defending your marriage in some way, like defending to work or preserve your marriage. I'm just gonna be honest, Aries. It's giving me like confrontation vibes. You may be confronting somebody because you feel like they're a bad influence on your marriage, or you may be confronting somebody because you think they're pursuing your spouse, or between you and your spouse, you may be confronting your spouse, or your spouse may be confronting you about certain expectations in a relationship or in a marriage. But the good news here is with the 7 of Wands, I feel like it's getting worked out. It's a bump in the road. It's a bumping of heads. It's confrontation. But then the 7 of Pentacles, you're working it out. You're figuring it out. And I feel a sense of like coming to like a peaceful resolution. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take some work. But the work you're putting in is going to pay off. And then things are going to be better than they were before the confrontation. Much better than they were before the confrontation. If you are doing something with land, I would say really, really, really make sure that you're holding on to any paperwork, any kind of deeds, any kind of maps that show specifications of like where the property lines are, because I do feel something may happen later where somebody may come in and say that they own it, or that like you did something on their property. I don't feel that they're correct. They may know that they're not correct, but they also may not be counting on you knowing how to defend that or how to prove that. So I would say make sure you have, or if it's something you're inheriting, maybe you need to go to the county recorder's office, and maybe you need to get those documents and things and have them in your possession so that you can silence that, nip that in the bud right away before having to go into this whole big thing and having lawyers and going and like subpoenaing records and all kinds of stuff. You can just say, nope, here it is. Bye. So I feel have your records in place, have like your maps and things in place. The next card, let's pull these clarifiers out of the way. what is it, August? I'm sorry, guys. I'm so absent-minded right now. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Oh, okay, the Tower was August, yeah? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay, Tower was August. So September. See, what did I tell you? We have 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is like conflicts are out of the way. Blockages are out of the way. Things are moving forward nicely. They're moving along great. The delays are over. So it's very fast-moving, positive energy. 8 of Wands can also be good news. Receiving good news, communication, travel. Could be travel. There's very passionate energy with the 8 of Wands, like being in our passion, being in our joy. So something may be happening here and allowing you to travel. Some of you, this is very specific, but as I'm looking at this card, and this is the first, I've been doing readings for a long time, and I've seen this card many times, and I've used this deck many times, but this is the first time ever in my readings that I've ever had this happen with the 8 of Wands before. As I was looking at the card, all of a sudden, I felt like I was in a plane, and I was looking out of the airplane window, and I was seeing, like, you know, the mountains and the little lakes and stuff as, like, we're getting close to the city, or we're getting close to civilization, right? Like little areas outside of civilization as it's getting close to time to land. And so some of you may be flying somewhere that you've been dreaming about going to, but I also got a feeling or a sense of like actually flying a plane. So maybe some of you have had a dream to get a pilot's license, or maybe you have a pilot's license and you've been dreaming about getting your own plane or being able to like access a plane that you can use. So very specific message. Some of you may be doing something with flying planes or traveling by plane. But I got a sense of like being a pilot. I don't know. Maybe some of you are hooking up with a pilot. I really don't know, because there's an element of passion here too, and it was just very interesting visual, like just kind of like just flashed real quick. So that might mean something that might be significant to somebody out there. So I'm just sharing that. But travel, movement, good news, passion. Delays are over. Things are happening very quickly. If you've submitted for something and you're waiting to hear back, you're probably going to be hearing back in September. And with the 8 of Wands, it's probably going to be what you were wanting to hear. Good news. So let's look at October. October 2023 for Aries. Ooh, maybe some of you are running off with a pilot. October is 2 of Cups. And so 2 of Cups here is soulmate connection, true love, resolutions over conflicts, harmonious communication, a sense of playfulness. And so 2 of Cups is like deep affection, deep connection, deep harmony. And so you may be focusing on your personal relationships, your interpersonal relationships. You may be focusing on an existing relationship. Some of you may be manifesting a really significant relationship in 2023. And as you're coming into October, you may be feeling like this is it. Like this is love. This is my person. This is my soulmate. If you're struggling to save a marriage, there may be some ups and downs here in 2023, like we had like the Tower message, but with the energy here as we're coming into October, that would tell me that like there's a sense of falling in love again. 2 of Cups in an existing marriage or existing relationship can be like you're falling in love again. You're finding your connection again. You're realizing all the reasons why you ended up together in the first place. But if you're single, this could be meeting a significant soulmate and the person that could potentially here lead to marriage. And the thing that I love about the 2 of Cups For me, the Two of Cups is like giver meets giver. Like both people are invested, both people are giving their time, their energy, their affection. Both people are thinking about their partner. What can I do for my partner? How can I be helpful to my partner? Is there anything that will make my partner happy, or do something sweet and surprise them? So these kinds of relationships can go on forever because both parties are working to keep each other happy, and thinking about each other's feelings from a genuine place, not from a way of like, oh, it's a chore or it's a bother, but they genuinely want their person to be happy. So these are the best kinds of relationships, and the kinds of relationships that are gonna last the test of time here. Let's see what we have coming up for November. November of 2023 is the Queen of Wands. This could be you in your fire sign energy, but you may be entering the feminine aspect of your fire sign energy. So what do I mean by that? Do I mean that you're going to start acting all super feminine and all super girly? No, that's not what I mean. Feminine energy is creative, and feminine energy is receiving. We all have masculine and feminine energies. We all do. It has nothing to do with who we're attracted to or anything like that. We all have masculine and feminine energies. And so you may be connecting with the feminine aspect of Aries, of the sign of Aries, of your fire energy. So you may be more in the element of receiving and creativity, but Queen of Wands could be that you're connecting with the characteristics of the Queen of Wands, or you are calling a Queen of Wands type person into your life. So characteristically, personality wise, the Queen of Wands is the life of the party. She's very funny, great sense of humor, very ambitious, very independent, really go-getter energy, very comes up with solutions and ideas, and very like entrepreneur kind of energy. So you may be stepping into these characteristics. You may be meeting someone who has these characteristics or these qualities. Queen of Wands also comes up for me sometimes. I just heard wild woman. I just heard wild woman. And the cat here, the black cat, I don't know, maybe it's somebody you're looking at like, oh, this is like a witchy wild woman. But you may be seeing this person as they have good intentions. They have good intentions, they have a kind heart, they're playful, they're helpful. I don't know, maybe some of you, this could be in connection if some of you are feeling like you're defending beliefs or something. There could be someone coming along that is challenging those beliefs a little bit. And you might say, well, I would have thought somebody like you is different. And you might say, okay, this person's not so bad. But going back to what I was just saying, Queen of Wands in my readings can sometimes come up when we have a lot of anger coming to the surface, because we start to realize how much other people have been benefiting from us. Like in our lifetime of working for companies and businesses and people, we might realize we've made some people a lot of money. We've been very beneficial to them, right? We may be making an existing company a lot of money, or we may be doing a lot of good in a situation. But when we speak up and when we ask for something, or we ask to be compensated for our good work, we may get like, oh, I wish I could, but I can't. And, the economy is really tough right now. And I can't really give you more, but oh my gosh, please, we'd be lost without you. You're holding this place together. Like maybe you get your ego stroked to like just keep putting up with it. Or they may try to convince you it's not that bad and just like kind of sweep everything under the rug. And the Queen of Wands comes up when you're tired of it. You're tired of having your ego stroked. You're tired of being silenced. You're tired of just being dismissed. And you know what you're bringing to the table. And you know that what you deserve. And you're tired of not getting it. And so when I see the Queen of Wands, you may be so angry and so fed up where you're like, that's it. I'm done with this. You know what you deserve and you start to aim higher. You start to aim higher. And because you're so frustrated and so fed up, you land the next thing fairly quickly. And it's what you deserve. It's like being compensated at the level you deserve. If you've been looking for work, sometimes for me, the Queen of Wands is saying you're playing it a little bit too safe. You're putting in for very safe jobs. And this is saying that it's going against you. People might be looking at your resume and saying, this person is way overqualified. What are they doing applying to this job? And so you may need to aim higher. You may need to aim higher, okay? And in this way, you're going to find yourself doing well, and attracting opportunities that are worth your while and that are giving you what you deserve to receive. So there's that aspect of the Queen of Wands as well. Next card coming up here for the collective, and this is your card for December, and it is the Artist, and it is Major Arcana. Not every tarot deck has this Major Arcana. This particular card does. And the Artist is about, obviously, creation, creativity. But this is a card about creating by going within. Like you're kind of disconnecting from the distractions, you're disconnecting from the environment, and you're going within, and you're finding the inspiration from within, your thoughts, your ideas, the things that are currently inside of you, wanting to come into creation, come into existence. And so some of you may be tapping into a more creative side, and you may be getting more involved in more creative endeavors, even if it's just as a hobby, something to relax, something to unwind. But if you are having this creative push, chances are you're also coming up into a time of your intuition increasing, because intuition and creativity go hand in hand. So as you are becoming more intuitive, you're becoming more creative, and vice versa. I also feel a sense here where maybe you were doing creative things before, and then life got busy, right? Like life got busy and you had to work and you had to make a living. And so things maybe fell by the wayside. You didn't have time for what you deemed to be frivolous. And so you may be coming into a level of stability and success in 2023 where you're finding yourself, now you have more time, like you have free time. And so you may be picking up the things you used to like to do that you didn't have time for, specifically creative things. But also when you were doing the creative things, maybe you were listening way too much for the input from other people. You should do this and you should do that and this and this and that. Or even if you're a creative person, maybe you're already working in a creative field. Maybe you've been listening too much to other people's opinions because you think, I want to create stuff that people are going to like. But it's taking you away from the things that only you could create, the things that could only come into the world through you, through your influence. And it's taking away from that uniqueness. And so some of you are setting out to do something like artistically expressive, but you're just kind of like mass producing without realizing, or producing what the masses are producing. And so there's a sense here of like disconnect from all of that and go within and just kind of put out what's coming from you. What is from that inner spring. Think about that, meditate about that. All right, Aries. Thanks for checking out your reading for 2023. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that will take you to the scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's also a link in the description that will take you to the playlist so you can watch the other forecasts for 2023 if you want to check out your moon, your rising, your Venus. And there's also other playlists in there, weekly forecasts, love readings, whatever you want to check out. Feel free. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous day ahead, year ahead. Happy New Year. Take care and be well.